What's up guys, DJ D-phlo here. Welcome to part 2 of the XDJ-RR review. Let's turn it on. And that's what it looks like when it launches. So as you can see already, I already have something that is inserted onto USB 1 here. So it doesn't matter which USB port you use, both will work. It doesn't really matter. So I can take this and put onto USB 2, it'll work the same way. So for now, we're going to be focusing on the display itself here and how do I select a song to play on either of the decks here. So on the display, as you can see in the display itself, there is deck 1 and there is deck 2. At the bottom here, it will show you your deck 1 and your deck 2 on the right hand side. So both sides will reflect. And then from top to bottom on the left hand side, you at the top you have record box, then you have MIDI if you connected your USB onto or that USB port onto the laptop. And then you have your USB 1 and USB 2. So in this sense, because we have already selected, we have insert the USB onto USB 1, we're going to select USB 1. And then from there, everything will appear. So since my music is already record box analyzed, I'm just going to go to the playlists and select a song. So now, if I want to now load onto deck number 1, all I need to do is go to the song, click on it. It's going to give me options here. As you can see, it says load to deck 1, load to deck 2, or load as a hot cue or loop. So that is going to be in this section here, depending on which deck it is. So also alternatively, I can just select deck 1 over here or load to deck 2 over here. I'll click that and it'll load to deck number 2. Then you're going to see your waveguide at the bottom for deck 2 and also the song that you have selected on here for deck 2 on the right hand side. Now if I want to go back and select a song for deck number 1 instead, I'm going to go back, same process. I can either select it over here or I can just press this. Now because I pressed this for that one, I'm just going to press this for this one just to show you that it's the same thing basically. So now you have a view of both of your decks over here, left hand side, right hand side, deck 1, deck 2, deck 1, deck 2. On my previous video, I mentioned that your songs, if they're not record box analyzed, you will not be able to sync. And also, if they're not record box enabled, you will not get this waveguide. It's just going to be empty. For example, let me just find a song that is not analyzed on record box here. It will normally just fall under folder. And I'll load this onto deck number 1. If I go to browse, that is loaded. You can see over here, this is deck number 1. It's loaded. As you can see, it's playing. Look at the thingy here. But there's nothing up there because it's not analyzed on record box. So for record box to communicate effectively with this deck, you need to analyze your music onto record box and then export it onto the USB. Let's focus on the mixer itself. Like I said in the last video, this is a 2-channel mixer. It has some very basic effects, but I think these effects are very well thought out because these are very nice effects that I found on here. I'm gonna play some songs, play some of the effects, and then you tell me what you think. We'll start off with the sound color effects on the left hand side. Of course, because I'm playing the song off channel 2, I'm going to be using the frequency level on channel 2. First effect, de-echo. Sounds like one of those old school Africanism effects. Okay, jump onto pitch. I think that type of effect would work very nice with like a break and a little build up that you're doing, but obviously you need to be a bit soft on it. You mustn't be hard and you must be very slow coming up on it. Okay, noise, another nice build up one. Okay, filter. That's high filter, and that's low. Okay, let's jump onto the beat effects on this side here, this little section here. So at the bottom, just like on your standard DJM mixer, you're going to find your on and off, then your depth, So if it's flashing like this, it means that it's active and ready to go. But if it's solid like this, it means that it's not on, it's off. So I'm just going to keep it on like that. Then you have your channel selection. So depending on where you'd want your effect to be playing off. So if you wanted to play off channel 1, you're going to then go onto channel 1 like that, and then channel 2 if you'd like to, or master, which will play from the master. Whatever's being fed from here will play the effect on here. Then on this particular mixer, bear in mind that this is an entry-level deck or entry-level system. It only has three options to choose from here, which is echo, reverb, and flanger. But I feel like these are actually very great options that they've put on here, because we usually use those ones. I would say mostly echo, but we usually use those ones. On the display itself, it'll show you what effect you've selected. For example, right now I'm on echo. It'll say echo over there, and then what channel that I've selected on. I've selected on master. It'll give me my BPM as well as the beat that it's on here. So let's just play around with some of these features, and then we can take it from there. I'll start from the right to the left, which is flanger. That's flanger. Then we have reverb. It's like a little, no, it's not an echo, but like pretend as if you are in a really big hall and you shout in that hall. There's that little sound that it makes. So that's what reverb is. Producers, maybe you can give a better explanation of that. Then we have the infamous echo. So price range wise, you're looking at about 30 to 33,000 depending on which shop you're buying it from. Brand new, second hand, you could find a nice good one for about 24 to 25,000 rand. Obviously taking into consideration that it's been used and all that. But this is a very good deck, nice and compact. It's light, and at the same time it is very, very effective, especially with all the things that it's giving you. I know a lot of the guys that have used bigger decks, the jog wheel might be a bit of an issue, because it is a bit it's a bit loose, and you don't really feel much in control of that song when you're spinning this guy, but like you would obviously with a bigger one, because you have a bigger space to play around with. But in general, I think this is a very good deck. Maybe have a look around for that. If you are looking in the market for something like this is a very good deck. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, follow, and subscribe. More videos are coming.